Hey guys, I'm Sia,
And I'm Damon
and welcome to Bon Voyage
with the
with the
Bryants.
Bryants. So, we recently got off of a 7 day cruise on the Carnival Celebration. And what do you think, babe?
And let's just say we were not disappointed. We had a great time.
Yeah, so if you are thinking about booking this ship, we're going to tell you exactly what we loved, what surprised us, and whether or not we will sell it again. All right, let's start with the room because that's an important part of any cruise. Yes, so what do you think, babe? What did you think about our balcony spa room?
Actually, the spa room, the balcony room that we had on the Carnival Celebration was great. It was the location was ideal because it was close to the spa, and it was good. It was very convenient for us, so we really enjoyed it.
Yeah. And often the question is whether you want a balcony room or an interior room. And that's kind of the conversation. For me, I could go either way depending on kind of like the budget and that sort of thing. But what about you, babe?
Yeah, I prefer a balcony. I mean, it's not a thing where you gotta have it, but to me, it's good for the view. For one, you have a nice view in your room, even though you're probably not gonna be in your room that much. But when you're there, it's nice to have that view of the ocean front, of the sea. Um, you can go outside, get some fresh air. It's a little more light, so to speak. So yeah, I say I would prefer it, but like I said, it's not something that you just. It's not like a no
It's
deal
not a deal breaker,
deal
right?
breaker, right? So yeah, I would say
Okay. And and I agree. I agree. Again, it just balances kind of like your budget versus having the niceness of having a balcony. So, here's the question though. Let's talk about like the space in our balcony room. Let's talk about the bathroom, which is a very important part of any cruise. And also let's talk about kind of, overall what we thought about the spa balcony and whether or not it's worth the extra money.
right.
Okay. What do you think, babe?
So yeah, it was enough space for two people for sure. There was plenty of room. You walk in, you got your closet space on the right, and you got your bathroom on the left. There's plenty of rooms, like two twin beds that made to a master bed actually.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a couch, and then they have your refrigerator. You can put your drinks in, your water, beverages, whatever. Then you have your desk area with the mirrors. There's definitely room for two. Storage space was plentiful with the closets.
Mm-hmm.
There was a safe in there. You can put your wallet or your passport in the safe. Space, enough space for that. You have plenty of room for your clothes. Really everything. I mean, it was very nice. I thought the room was very good space wise.
One of the things I did like too that I don't know if I'd seen it on another cruise was this ottoman that they had that you could actually had storage space in it as well.
Oh yeah.
Right? So it was like a bench. It was an ottoman slash bench slash you could put things in it. Now
Right.
I was scared to put something in it because I was like, I'm gonna forget that it's in there, but
Yeah.
I really thought that was a nice touch as well. And
Mhm.
insofar as having a Cloud9 spa room, what that really meant is that we had access to the thermal suites that are down in the spa area, as well as there's a whirlpool down in that spa. And it's just kind of a little bit more of a private experience. Sometimes the whirlpools out on the decks, even on the Serenity decks, are a little crowded. If you hit this Cloud9 spa or whirlpool at the right time, it was just nice and private. So I really love that, the fact that that comes with a Cloud9 spa room.
Yeah, that was a nice piece. The spa, you had access to the spa. You could actually use it to get back to the room. Also, from when the other elevators are crowded,
Mhm.
and during prime time, supposed to say during a rush on the ship, We had
Yeah, we had our own super secret elevator.
like 6,000 people moving, yeah. So it was good to have that option, yeah, especially moving in and moving out for the day, embarkation day and debarkation day, I should say.
All right. So
No, also we didn't, and it was also you could have coffee if you wanted to on the balcony. Just you can do whatever you want to do on your balcony, pretty much. To me, it's just peaceful and serene. I just like to be able to go out there and spend maybe 10, 15 minutes at that, just to just kind of breathe in the fresh air and kind of hear the ocean and just relax. It's just relaxing.
I know that's one of my favorite parts of the cruise is the relaxation piece. So
Exactly.
loved it.
Yeah.
All right. We need to talk about the boat.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay. Now, the boat, in case you don't know, it is a roller coaster at sea. And there are only a few ships on Carnival what they have this on their newer ships. So
Excel class.
Excel class. So some people would say that the two don't mix, like being on the sea and being on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Some people are afraid to do those individually, and then you put the two together, and it's quite an adventure.
Yeah, it wasn't.
So what did you think, babe, of the boat?
I enjoyed the boat. It was very to me, it was just right for two. It's only a two-seater roller coaster for one. You get 2 times around, but for the fee, it was $15.
$15 per person.
Per person I think it was only on port days that you could go. But we enjoyed it. I mean, we thoroughly did. I hadn't been on a roller coaster in over 20 years.
Oh.
So for me, it was like, wow, just to be on a coaster going around. I definitely got a thrill out of it. I'll say that. I think we both enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. And what's interesting is that I am not a big roller coaster person on land. I just am not. But something about that boat just drew me to it. So I said, let's do it. Let's get on that boat.
Yeah.
And it was iffy though, because remember, babe, the weather was not really the best, if we're being honest, during our cruise. So there was a lot of high wind. We didn't know, oh my gosh, is it going to be canceled or is our time going to be canceled? And it wasn't. So
now, one thing, if it's windy, they will not let it go. They will not let you get on. It has to be pretty much ideal conditions. No rain and probably, I don't know what the parameter. I know there's a weight limit also. But overall, we recommend it. We do say if you want to try your hand at a roller coaster at sea, as they call it, and that's awesome to have one on a ship like that. I mean, who would ever thought they could put a roller coaster on a ship?
Now let me ask you, would you do it again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it. Now, let's talk about food.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Food. That's very important.
All right, yes, it is. And that's what most people think about when they think about going on a cruise. Like, how many pounds am I going to gain because of all the delicious food?
Yeah.
Now, let's first talk about the buffet. I have to be honest. I really only went to the buffet once, and that was when we were debarking or disembarking, whatever the proper term is. I am not a buffet girl. So what about you, babe? Did you hit the buffet another time?
No, only time that both of us went was the debarkation morning, which, was fine. I mean, the food, there are plenty of options in there, just we prefer the dining area more so.
Yeah, let's talk about
dining also.
Yeah, let's talk about the main dining room. So what did you think about the main dining room this time? Because we usually pick the later dining time.
Yeah.
This is an old trick I had from when I first started cruising because there are less little children. No offense to the parents of children. We both are parents, but we don't have our kids we don't want to see yours. So we usually have a later time in the main dining hall.
Yeah, we'll get like 7:45, I think it was.
Yes. So what did you think about the main dining this time?
I actually enjoyed the main dining. The service was great. We had a good wait staff, maitre d'. They were very attentive to what we wanted. We both have food allergies, so that was good that we could, they were very pinpoint on what our food allergies are. And it was just, to me, it was a good experience all the way around, from C day to brunch. They had brunch too on a few days. It was a C day brunch, I call it.
C-Day brunch.
Yeah, then we had dinner. Every night we had dinner. Or 2 nights we didn't have dinner. That was when we went to the specialty dining. But overall, I would give it a 9 out of 10. No, actually 10. I would say 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say this time, as opposed to the other sailings that we've been on and that I've been on as well, I would say there were less people in the main dining room than usual, usually, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was because there are all sorts of other specialty dining options. In fact, a couple that are included with your cruise fare. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but so to me, it was a little quieter in the main dining hall than it usually is, and I like that. I like that they put us at a two-top table.
Perfect.
Not that we are
we like to socialize, but
antisocial.
It's just like when you have your own space, it's good. Yes. And then it's just you there. There are other people around, of course, but just having us on the two top was great.
Yes.
As opposed to having to share 10 top or something. We don't know the people. Half the time they don't show up for dinner. We might not be there. So it was good.
True. And also something I think I noticed this time is I think there were a little less entertainment breaks than they had in the past. I think they sang. Yeah, I think they sang maybe one night.
One night, yeah. But 2 nights, actually. It was 2 nights altogether. One night, it was only 2 nights I can recall. They used to have a lot in the other ships we've been on. There was more entertainment than there was this particular.
I think I've been reading that they're going to kind of decrease the number of entertainment during the main dining hall. So we'll see if that's the case.
I actually like it. I mean, it's nice to see the wait staff go out and do their thing, especially the last night on the ship, which is usually
when they tell you goodbye and they're waving their stuff, and
that's nice to do. They're just kind of an appreciation for the cruise that you just been on.
Absolutely. So let's talk about specialty dining. Okay. Yeah. So on the Celebration, there were 2 restaurants that are included as of now, when we're taping this. Yeah. There are 2 restaurants in which you get 1 meal included for each of those, right? Mm-hmm. And it's Chibang and Cucina del Capitano.
Cucina del Capitano. Yeah.
Okay, right. Mm-hmm. So Chibang is a fusion between Asian and Mexican food, and Cucina del Capitano, as it sounds, Italian, right? Yeah. So you have to kind of check in the app and see if you can have an appointment to go to the specialty dining.
Yep.
So
reservation.
You have to make a reservation, just kind of like you do with C-Day brunch in the main dining hall. And the first one we went to was Chibang.
Chibang, yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed Chibang because I liked the pork belly. I'm sorry, I've been talking about that pork belly since we've been back, but that was delicious. I love that. And I also loved and that was from the Asian side. Mm-hmm. And then whatever I had from the Mexican part of the menu was excellent as well. So I loved Chibang. What'd you think about Chibang?
I like Chibang also. Chibang was nice. I think if I had to pick, I'm more Italian, partial to Italian. I've always been like a spaghetti, lasagna type guy, and the salads and everything. So for me, Chibang was good. I had a good experience. You get both, like she said, the Mexican and the Asian part. And that's good to have that in one, to combine both cuisines in one restaurant. Wow. Who would have thought of that?
Yes.
So I enjoyed both. I was more partial probably to Cucina del Capitano,
right?
Than I maybe was to Chibang, but I liked them both, and I enjoyed both.
And I'm just the opposite. I like Chibang better, but again, I'm not as big of an Italian food fan as my husband here. Yeah. But also, the wonderful thing, as he mentioned, he's gluten free. So to be able to be gluten free and to have it so that it's delicious, and they accommodate it, and they don't play when it comes to those.
Oh no, they
those food allergies, right?
Yeah. So you tell them the first day, you have to let them know if you have food allergies. Be upfront about it, because it makes your experience on the ship better. For me, like she said, gluten is one thing it caused me problems. So if I've had gluten-free diet, I'm better. Didn't have any problems at all. And the last 3 cruises that we've been on. specifically this one, but yeah, I mean, it's good to have that option. My wife actually has the shellfish allergy.
I do.
So,
and I think it's easier for them to keep the shellfish away than it is the gluten. So,
yeah. Then I have peanuts too. We didn't mention that. I have peanut. I have two things actually. So I got to be careful. But I mean, yeah, ultimately they do show concern for that, and they ask you that, and they make sure that you get what you ask for. You know, they look out for you.
I've never had a problem with our food allergies.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
yes. Now, let's talk about the vibe and the crowd on the Carnival Celebration. So, Carnival Celebration was the ship that was christened for Carnival's 50th anniversary.
Yeah,
72 to 22, right?
Mhm.
And so that's kind of like the theme of the whole trip, even though we only heard the song Celebration one time.
One time, I was disappointed. I was looking cool again.
He was looking for
I was like, I know they're gonna play that song over and over. I don't heard it once, but that was good. To hear it one time was cool.
So people had told me, or I watched a lot of YouTube videos, that the vibe was good on the celebration. So I was ready and willing to kind of see if I experienced that.
Mhm.
And what do you think, babe? What do you think about the vibe on the celebration?
I enjoyed the vibe. The vibe was good. You know, it was good. It was good. If you're looking to have a good time, and it's a great ship. The ship is, you know, like I say, it was only 4 years old, maybe now. It's in the XL class of Carnival. We enjoyed it. I mean, we liked it. And you would think with 6,000 plus passengers, I think it's 6,500 is
Right.
capacity, plus the crew. So like 77,000 people on ship essentially. But it doesn't seem like that because you're not always bumped into somebody. There's plenty of space on the ship. The amenities were great. And if I had to compare it to other ships we've been on with Carnival, I would say this ship was the top notch.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was the first time, and we've been on how many? Four cruises together? Four cruises
Yeah.
together. And this was the first time we're like, man, we would get back on this ship. This ship was fire. So I would say it had a great vibe. The people were friendly. Not that, I mean, people are friendly on every Carnival cruise that we've been on, but it was just it just took it up a notch. The question about kind of, was it crowded? Were there too many people there because it's a huge ship? It didn't seem like that. It didn't seem like that at all. And I was very surprised. And also, I think it helped that we had that super secret elevator that we didn't have to worry about kind of waiting for elevators. But even when we used the middle elevators, we didn't have to wait very long. So it was great. I would say it is a great cruise for couples. I think it would be great if you had like a group of people, family, or a group of friends. It just had great vibes. We went to the nightclub.
Yeah, nightclub Punchline. No, that's a comedy club. I'm sorry. We went to the nightclub. I think it's called Limelight.
Limelight.
Yeah, that was
and
nice.
you went to the comedy club too.
I went twice. Yeah,
right.
Punchline was nice too.
So I mean, all of the things. Celebration Central. Let's talk about that. That's like the middle of the ship, and that is where their entertainment takes place. They have their wake up show in the morning. It's like the theater, one of the theaters, right? And it's in the middle of the boat. Yeah. And it's wonderful because if you want to, you can go there, you can sit down on the bottom levels, you can watch the show, whatever. But if you are just walking through and you're going from one place to the other, you can still hear and enjoy and get a sense of what's happening on stage. So
it's like three levels. I think if I remember correctly, it was decks 5, 6, and 7.
I think so.
It's like 3 decks that it takes up, so you can see it from any of those 3 decks. When you're going back to any part of the ship, and I think it was in the middle. Was it the middle?
Yes.
Like midship. Oh, it was awesome. They had a bar, if you want to get a drink, sit down, enjoy a nice show. They had trivia. My wife likes trivia, so
I do.
We do a lot of trivia on ships. There's activities galore. I mean, there's always something going on. And like I said, and then there's areas of the ship that if you just want to go and chill, you can go and chill. You don't have to worry about a whole bunch of people. If you want to go out on the deck, you can find a spot, just take it in, be peaceful, however you want to do it, take a nap, whatever you want to do. But I enjoyed the ship. I mean, it was awesome. The layout of that ship is great.
Yeah. And just like all the other ships we've been on, the Serenity area, the adults only area, we love that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, we love kids. But,
Yeah, you don't want to see them 24/7.
we do not.
You don't go on it. It's not like a Disney cruise.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So we loved it. So the last question in the next section, we're going to talk about, was it worth it? All right, let's talk about whether or not it was worth it. So what do you think? 7-day balcony cruise. Do you feel like we got our money's worth?
We definitely got our money's worth.
Okay.
I feel like we got our money's worth because we had fun on the ship.
We did.
We enjoyed the room. Well, room was just one aspect of it. Let's put it like that. It's not a big part, but it's important that you have your room. You want your room to be, that you enjoy. You're in your room. Yeah, but the balcony, we like balconies, like we said earlier. It's not a hard sell where we say, we got like a deal breaker. We got to have a balcony, but it's nice to have that balcony. So I think we definitely got our money's worth. Yes, I would say yes.
I think when it comes to going on vacation, I think cruising's the way to go overall, just because you have your meals included, your entertainment's included, your views and all of the things that you would have to pay separately for. Like, for instance, the day before we got on the cruise, we were in Miami, right?
Yep.
And so when we were at the hotel, we had to pay for the hotel. We had to pay for. We were like, "Oh man, we got to pay for our meal." And it adds up quickly,
real quick,
right? So I love nothing better than to be at the main dining room and to be able to say thank you very much, and to be able to get up and leave and know that the gratuities, all of that, is you've taken care of that either at the beginning or the end of the cruise. So I love it. So the question is, babe, would you go on the Carnival Celebration again?
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. I mean, we could go back and do it back to back. Well, I think we could have done it back to back. But we could have done it back to back. Maybe I would have said, let's do one back to back. And that's like when people go 2 weeks, they do 7 days, and they do another one right after that. So our next one is in July.
It is.
We were like, had so much of a good time that we booked another cruise with Carnival on a Mardi Gras.
Yes, that is the Celebration's sister ship.
Yeah.
And so here's the problem though. Here is the problem. I don't know if I can go back to going on the older ships now, because I think I've gotten spoiled going on the Celebration. Everything was new. Everything was fabulous. We're going to go on Mardi Gras, which is around the same age. We'll see that. But for the Christmas cruise we're thinking about,
it's in the works. We don't know about that one yet. Right. Mardi Gras, they're similar. They say the ships, I think it's another one, the Jubilee. There's 3 ships in that XL class. And for me, I think there's a different theme because it's, the Mardi Gras, New Orleans type vibe, I think. Jubilee, I don't know what that is. But the Celebration, to me, it was all that.
Right. And I can't wait till we get back from our next cruise and we can compare the two. We can compare the Celebration to the Mardi Gras. So, well, thank you so much for sharing this time with us and watching Bon Voyage with the Bryants. And until next time, goodbye.
Peace.